This is a nose. It belongs to a star-nosed mole. How does it work? We'll take a close look at these tendrils. Check out those bumps. Each bump is a special touch organ. It's like if your nose was surrounded by a bunch of fingers. And when the star-nosed mole moves around, those tendrils are going crazy. What's this? What's that? Ooh, can I eat this? The mole uses its weird nose fingers to find its way underground. So this is my vertebrae from a giant blue whale. It's basically an enormous version of a human vertebrae. I never really knew why they were shaped like this, so let's check it out. You see this hole right here? That's where the spinal cord goes through, kind of like that. And when I turn it to the side, you see these two bony flaps I'm holding? The flaps on the next vertebrae slip in right here. Here's what it looks like. It slips in right like that. And look at this, when they're together, there's a tiny little gap right in the middle of both of them. Smaller nerves branch out through these gaps from the spine towards the rest of the body. It's the same as a human vertebrae, except, it's a lot heavier, clearly. Inside this jar is a two-headed snake, but it's a little different than you might expect. First check it out. It's a dyed specimen. You see how its skin has been dissolved away and you can only see its bones. And look closely, it has two heads, but it's more like two faces. Because here's the weird thing. This is caused by a mutation in one specific gene. That gene is named, of all things, Sonic Hedgehog. So this is my giant rainbow cricket, and I always wondered, how do insects breathe? Because they don't breathe out of their mouths, like I thought. Instead, take a look at this cricket's side. Do you see that tiny hole right there? That's called a spiracle. And if I zoom out, you can see a bunch more. Well, oxygen enters these holes, and then it's delivered to the rest of the cricket's body. So insects breathe through a bunch of tiny holes on their sides. This is a normal-sized wasp, but this is a giant wasp called a tarantula hawk. It's said to have the most painful sting in the entire world. One scientist described it as immediate, excruciating, unrelenting pain that simply shuts down one's ability to do anything except scream. And I have some terrible news. These do live in the United States. So to all my Americans out there, good luck. God bless. I hope you don't run into one of these. This is my leopard. Wait. What's with those teeth? They're like little spiky tridents. Why would an animal have such weird teeth? Well, while swimming around, leopard seals open up their mouths and suck in a bunch of water. Then they close their mouths and push the water out through the gaps in their teeth. Those trident teeth kind of act like pasta strainers. Water can escape through the gaps, but tiny little krill are held inside their mouths. So these teeth help leopard seals strain krill out of ocean water to eat. Here's a box of mystery bones. Can you tell what animal this is? There's a skull, interesting, a torso, okay, and a hand. Here's everything in the box. So what do you think? What animal is this? Comment below and I'll post the answer in my next TikTok. This is a hummingbird nest. It's so flippin' small. It's so tiny and hides some genius engineering. So after a pair of hummingbirds mate and the male hummingbird just leaves, look what the female builds her nest out of. Instead of twigs, it's pieces of cotton and silk from spider webs. These materials make a nest that's flexible. As baby hummingbirds hatch and grow, this nest can stretch and expand along with them. This is my favorite jar of hammerhead sharks. When you look at your sharks, do you ever wonder which one is male and which one is female? Well, look at this part right here. See how there's just two flaps and kind of a slit down the middle? Remember what this looks like. Now here's a second shark. Let's look closely at this one. It's different. Do you see those two extensions in the middle? Those are called claspers. Here's how to tell if your sharks are male or female. Male sharks have claspers, and female sharks do not. This is a... Whoa, wait. What's going on with these jaws? Here's a skeleton. It's easier to see. If I take off the top jaw and tilt the bottom jaw forward, take a close look. They have so many teeth. Why? Well, these jaws come from a gilt-headed bream, which primarily eats shellfish. So they've evolved rows and rows of teeth, broad, strong, molar-like teeth, to crush the shells of shellfish and access that sweet shellfish meat.